My name is Marina. I'll try to speak English, but who knows how it will be. I work in Siberian Academy for Public Administration as the head of the International Relations Department. And before this, I worked in NGO, Diplomacy Through the Families, and built many good relations with foreigners, specifically with America. I don't remember when first time, but I went to Altay, and Altay Republic, which is to the south from Novosibirsk. It's a wonderful land with wild nature. I was totally enchanted and began to bring foreigners to Altay. I organized a group of British friends and one Israeli friend who was actually at this group of healers to go to Altay, again to the Karakol Valley and to some other places. The trip was for spiritual search, for finding Altay indigenous people wisdom. So we've met at Semensky Pass, that is a sacred place also, the entrance to internal Altay, and we had a ceremony of welcoming us to Altay. And everybody from this small group were telling why they came to Altay. And they had call, apparently they had a call to come, and some of them were not first time, second time, or third time to Altay. And when we came to Karakol Valley, one British girl felt really bad. She had something unknown for her. She was crying with tears. Actually, we put her out of the car. She was laying down on the ground. So some changes began to happen with her. On the next day, we went to a very special place, Saro Valley, which is upper valley. And if in Karakol Valley all the kurgans were excavated by archaeologists, people who lived in the Kulada village near Saro Valley, they prohibited archaeologists to come and to excavate, because this valley is very special. There were kurgans and mergens, the rows of standing stones. And people until now don't know why, what does it mean, why ancient people put these stones. This group of people were very sensitive. And the Israeli man was seeing some species like deities of the place who were sitting on the hills and speaking to him. After that, on the way back, we wanted to meet one shamanka, but when we arrived, she went to the sauna. And we were very disappointed that we can't see her. Especially this Israeli man was disappointed because it happened that he had a call to come to Altay this time to have a very special meeting with someone he didn't know with whom. And the next morning we went to, or the same evening probably, we went to Uskan, another district, and we went to a very special village, Mindur-Sakon, where we visited a wonderful museum of Altay cosmology, Altay history, culture and cosmology. And one local teacher, Nikolai Shodoev, organized this museum, and it was very popular among foreigners, but I didn't go there before. And that is quite unique place. he asked us, before coming into the museum, he asked us to feel what will happen inside the museum. The museum is in the very simple village house. And he collected there some artifacts of Altay cosmology and different picture schemes to illustrate his theory. And this girl, this British girl, felt like something special is going with her, and he asked her, is she a shamanka, and is anybody from her relatives a shaman? And she said that her father was a shaman, and he was helping her mother to give birth, and gave to her, to daughter, his shamanic abilities. But he didn't want to talk about it, and she could not recognize it, and she didn't know what is it. And this process of shamanism coming out of her happened when she first came to Altai, and that was her second visit. And she was very interested to know what it is about. Then after this museum, we went to see another shamanka, and we had to collect water first, to the big bottles, like 1 liter or 1.5 liter. And we had to take this water specific way, not water coming into, but backwards. So it was not easy to take water. So we spent some time, we were all wet. Some people went to change clothes and boots, so we came to this shamanka quite late. And she was busy giving healing sessions to some other people. So we've been sitting in her yard on the sun, boring, quite boring, waiting. And this British girl went first. And she recognized that she's potential shamanka. She gave her task to go to the White Hill, White Mountain, which is a sacred mountain near her house, and find 7 white stones or something like this. I went with her to help. She found the stones and she came back. And she made something for her. I didn't know because I was not in her aisle at this moment. I was sitting with the group and with this Israeli man who was more and more disappointed because he thought that he missed that shamanka, and probably he will miss this shamanka also because the time was going late. And then she came out of her aisle and said, she organized the line how she will work with people, and she said, I will talk with this, with this, with this, and with this man, the last one. So he immediately recognized that it is the meeting which he was informed before coming. His mood really went up. And I stayed with him to interpret, and the group went with another guide to the camp. And when we came to Ail, she first began to work with me, but at that moment probably she was already concentrated on him. So she looked at my water very briefly, and the process is that she looked to the bottle of the water, moving it and saying something to you, what she sees there about yourself. So it was almost nothing interesting what she told me.